Welcome to the first episode of Overrated, Underrated. And let's go first with Lauren, shoot some questions.
What about Elon Musk?
Elon Musk, I think he's really hyped. I think he's a brilliant mind, and I think he's publicly rated. Although when he writes messages and then changes on the course of companies, this might be too extreme, but I think he's publicly rated.
Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock Holmes, something for historians. It's a great story, publicly rated.
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks, what an incredible actor. He still is underrated. Although he's won some of his Oscars, I think he's still not finished with Hollywood.
James Bond.
Widely overrated. It had its time. Spies are not that anymore. Overrated.
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn, still underrated. LinkedIn is incredibly growing. It has, I think, 750 million users. It's not a business-to-business platform anymore, and not just an employer or platform anymore. So you still have so much reach. It's widely underrated.
TikTok.
TikTok is probably underrated, even though I'm not a user. I should. And this is something crazily happening in the last 3 years. So underrated.
Hashtags.
Hashtags, well, depending on the platform. The good thing is you can look for exactly what you want to. But on other platforms, it is just, if you put 20 on it, well, that's nuts. So depending on the platform, but I think probably rated.
Yoga.
Underrated. This is really, really good for health, for mind, and for the flexibility. More people should do it.
Meditation.
Same, meditation, an important factor for the mind. You cannot meditate every day if it's not in your routine. It is something that keeps up in your mind, so I would say still underrated.
Smoothies.
Smoothies, a good way to consume healthy food and drinks, so still underrated.
Coke Zero.
Coke Zero, a good thing that there is no sugar in it, but still it is not this healthy. A lot of people think now it is a healthy drink, but it's not. I think it's properly rated.
Home office.
I think it's properly rated. I think the future is going to be a mix in between workplace and home office.
Graduations.
Graduations. I think it's important to improve yourself and to have knowledge, but I think you should work on your knowledge whatever you like to, and not have a license, a degree, just for the fact that you have one, because you can learn everything if you're really into that. So I think it's overrated.
Work experience.
Work experience is underrated, because nowadays, as I told, we can learn everything on the fact. You can learn every skill, but you have a character, so I think it's underrated.
Work-life balance.
This is a powerful word. What is it nowadays? Especially in this time of a pandemic, there is no real work-life balance, because everything is kind of work and everything is kind of work-life. So I think it's a mindset. For me, it's overrated.
Creativity at work.
Well, it is really important, because everything is a creative process. So probably it is underrated. For me, it's an important part.
Customer feedback.
Customer feedback. Look, what does every company in the world has in combination? We all need customers. So feedback and getting better on the actual product, service, etc. isn't the most important thing. So it's widely underrated.
Office plans.
Office place.
Plans. Office plans.
Office plans. Office plans. You mean like those? Well, really important for your health, for your mental health, for respiration. I think we should have way more greening around us, so it's widely underrated.
E-cars. What do you think about it?
Electronic cars, I'm really into that. Not that we just driving it in the company, but I think it's actually a little bit underrated in the current market.
What about hydrogen cars?
E-hybrid cars, if it's a mixed year, but I still think they're overrated and we should transform to electronic and hydrogen cars.
Green IT?
Green IT is really underrated. It should be focused way more on looking forward to energy saving and longevity.
AI?
Well, that's an interesting thing. What is AI? But we're not going into that. Automation, machine learning, AI, probably underrated. So much potential.
Office 365.
Office 365, an amazing tool, working online, totally from everywhere. Great. I'm a fan of that. Underrated.
Linux?
Well, Linux actually is underrated. Not a lot of people know what it's capable of. Every of our computers works also on Linux, and we can make incredible things out of that. It's crazily underrated.
IoT?
Well, man, this is crazily underrated. So many devices till 25 are going to be connected that everything is going to be communicating with each other. We are a lot looking into it. Crazily underrated.
iPhone 12.
iPhone 12, well, totally overpriced. Has great things, but an amazing chipset. I think it's properly rated, although it's properly rated.
Côte d'Azur?
Côte d'Azur, it's a place in southern France and actually where I'm from. Not a lot of people know about it. I think it's underrated. It's one of the most beautiful places on earth.
Silicon Valley?
Way overrated. It has had its time and everything is too expensive there. Still a lot of companies, but as you see, they move from California to Texas, so I think they are overrated.
American beer?
Well, I like saying there's nothing as close as canoeing, so close to water, as American beer. Widely overrated.
American football?
Well, I'm a big fan. I think on Earth is underrated. In the US is probably a little bit overrated because it's kind of a religion. But I think looking onto Super Bowls and this kind of event on a global scale, it's a really interesting sport. So probably if you look on a whole picture, it's properly rated.
Assets?
Assets are widely underrated. Assets should be something instead of parking your money on a bank. You should have assets and multiply it. Coffee. Well, I drink too much. I think it's overrated. Yeah.
Alibaba?
Has still so much potential, but the markets where it is in, it is kind of saturated. But fighting against Amazon, I think Alibaba is probably rated.
The race to moon?
The race to moon? The race to moon has been 60 years. The space race. Well, the space race is something. We have only one planet we're living on. We are destroying the planet. We should look for alternatives and not just the rich one or not coming back. So I think the future is still there, still underrated.
TED Talks?
TED Talks, you can learn a lot in just 10 minutes or 5 minutes or 20 minutes. And the future is about this way how we communicate. So we consume knowledge in a short space. You can even consume a lot of that in a month and you don't need even to study. So widely underrated.
Swiss mountains?
Widely underrated. This is amazing what we have around us. I think we should invite more people, if possible, and enjoy the nature of Swiss mountains. Underrated.